Hey tubers, I think my next two videos, at least my next two, are gonna shock yous. I know it shocked me when I found it, when I heard it and found the proof of it, and I'm gonna share it with you. At the time Jesus was crucified, there was a 3-hour eclipse. We know the moon can't eclipse the sun for that amount of time, but a planet 7 times the size of the Earth could. The miracles Jesus performed were usually exhibiting perfect timing. Jesus was always exhibiting his perfect timing. Matthew 27:51. Then, behold, the veil of the temple was torn in two from the top to the bottom, and the earth quaked and the rocks were split. Now, if a man tore the veil, it would be torn from the bottom. But it wasn't. It was torn from the top. You can also look at Luke 23:44 and 45. Now go on. Only God has this perfect timing. Christ gets crucified and the sun goes dark for 3 hours, from noon till 3. Then there was an earthquake and the rocks split. Only God has this perfect timing. Around 1400 BC, the sun stayed over Joshua after he prayed, stayed for a day, about 12 hours. He prayed to God to keep the sun up while they conquered their enemies. And God did that. And how did God do that? Joshua 10:13 and 14. So the sun stood still, and the moon stopped, till the people had revenge on their enemies. Is this not written in the book of Joshua? It's not a name. It's the book of righteous. It's not a name. So verse 13, so the sun stood still in the midst of heaven, and did not hasten to go down for about a whole day, 12 hours, roughly. And there has been no day like that, before it or after it. The Lord heeded the voice of a man. A scientific explanation for Earth's rotation slowing down is possible. The miracle was in the timing, just when Joshua prayed. Luke 21:26. Men's hearts failing them for fear, and for looking after those things which are coming on the earth. For the power of heaven shall be shaken. God is always telling us to look up. Remember, even Jesus always said, you want to know what's going on, just look up. Don't look down, look up. Scientists learn this these days when they watch the sun, and the sun gives solar flares, and then we have earthquakes. Like in Mexico City, they just had an earthquake. It's all due to the sun. Joshua's long day was recorded as China's short day. See, on where Joshua was, they had a long day, but China had a short day. Because in order for the sun to stay long, it had to stay short on the other side of the earth. Proving that this really happened. Amen, my brothers and sisters. Once again, God shows his power. And how does he show it? With perfect timing. He seems to almost always use perfect timing to show his power. It's not always miracles, it's timing. And sometimes he speeds up timing, like when he made water into wine. We all know you can turn water into wine, it just takes time. But Jesus, using the power of God, he sped up time and turned that water into wine. That's how God shows his power. With perfect timing. There's always perfect timing. Well, this is going to end the video of did God predict Planet X? I believe he did. And so doesn't another man. I'll put the link to his video below. God bless my fellow brothers and sisters. Stay confident, but humble, my brothers and sisters. Peace out.